The subject of the debate is that we need to remove the term massage from our professional title and replace it with something more credible. There will be two speakers on each side. The first speaker for the affirmative is Aran Bright. Now, Aran's interested. I'm going to read these introductions verbatim because there's a comedy genius in our midst. If you're not writing for the Logies, you should be. Aran's interest in massage began early in life when his parents, who were lapsed Baptists, put him on a strict elimination diet consisting of Ton Myers, Gospel, Leon Chattow and pickled onions. Bitten by the travel bug in his late teens, Aran worked his passage to the US as a bulkhead on a Bolivian warship. On arrival in the land of the free, he scored a job as a tour guide with Kon-Tiki, hosting many memorable Jack Kerouac tours before being imprisoned for accidentally inhaling a vole. He heartily embraced prison culture and had the entire score of the 1812 Overture tattooed on his buttocks by a convicted taxidermist. He was released on good behaviour in 2013 and lists Noam Chomsky amongst his heroes. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker of the affirmative, that we need to remove the term massage from our professional title and replace it with something more credible. Please welcome Aran Bright.
Thank you very much. I have to just very quickly say thank you for giving me this opportunity. We are here celebrating 50 years of an incredible association. I look at every single person in the room with absolute wonder. I think of all the other therapists who are not here that have been part of this association, all of the other therapists that have been part of all the other associations that do great work as well, and then behind them all of the people that we've treated over the years. So we're probably looking at something about the size of Sydney when you really start to think about it, perhaps even more. I'll get underway, but first of all, just need to grab my glasses. I had these made for the day. They said bring something gold, so this was the best I could do. Look, I do have to start to say by simply saying, you'll take me more seriously like this, surely. By simply saying the premise for today's debate is about taking massage out of our professional title. I really, really, really want to argue that point because that's what was asked. But I just can't, if I'm to be honest. And after seeing people today talk really openly and honestly and so heartfelt, I want to slightly reframe it. I hope you don't mind. I said slightly. I think we should have the opportunity to be able to remove the title or the word massage from our title. Okay. So for me, I'd like to very quickly tell my story. I started off, I did a cert 4 in massage. I became a massage therapist. The world was wonderful, it was whole, it was complete, everything made sense. They said, please do a diploma. That's what we really need for health funds. So I did, and then I became a remedial massage therapist. So obviously now the world was once whole again. It was complete. I understood everything. I understood where I was in life, and it made sense. I want to work in sport. Where was Max? So soft tissue therapists are the term that you're commonly referred to as in sport. If you go over on the Olympic team, you'll be referred to as a soft tissue therapist. So I became a soft tissue therapist. Again, now the world was whole. It made sense. All of a sudden, everything, the stars aligned. And then it changed again. There's a degree. Do the degree. It's wonderful. You'll become everything you've ever dreamed you wanted to be. And I became a musculoskeletal therapist. I took about 3 years to be able to say musculoskeletal without actually falling over. Oh, and just when I thought the world was whole again, I became a myotherapist. So I'm a bit confused. So forgive me. Now, I don't want to reflect on this too much because we've had people talk today about the linkage between the world's oldest profession, prostitution, I believe. I wasn't there when it started, but that's what I've been told. And I believe the world's second oldest profession, which is massage. So I don't need to harp on about that. We understand that point. Look, we've all been the butt of our friends' jokes Massage, hey? They make lots of different comments. So you're a masseuse, are we? Have you come to clean the pool? Do you get any SMSs from Jim and Frank? I'm so glad people... So we've all got message. If you don't know, Jim and Frank are two stellar bodybuilders, I believe on the Gold Coast, but may travel all over the country, looking for massage for glutes and hamstrings. Yes? I'm still yet to join the club. Look, I would like to reflect on perhaps a Zen saying. It's talking about meditation and the use of meditation, okay, to enlightenment. And as you cross a river, you may require a canoe. But once you cross that river, the canoe now becomes unnecessary. I would suggest to you that the term massage may be a bit like that, okay? May. I think we've achieved the status that we've been searching for. I think the stats that were talked about today reflect that. We've got credibility in the eyes of the people that really matter, which are our clients. I think we deep down always knew that. But like you say, we maybe want a bit of recognition from those higher up, don't we? Okay. Now look, just here's a list of some of the terms that we might use to describe the modalities that we use. Myofascial release, Rolfing, Bowen technique, dry needling, joint mobilisation. No one threw anything at me when I said dry needling, that's good. Joint mobilisation, cranial therapy, Reiki, therapeutic touch, kinesiology, cupping, shiatsu, tuina, gua sha, MET, PNF, traction, and I've probably missed most of them. Now, within that, yes, massage, Swedish massage could encompass many of those things, but as you can see, it's becoming a broader, vaster network of things that we do. Consider now as well some of the other techniques that we're doing. We were doing a wonderful session just 5 minutes ago. We were stretching, we were massaging, we were moving, we were doing all sorts of things that might not typically be categorised by massage. We might perform with our clients some Tai Chi. We might do a little bit of yoga. We might do some Pilates. We might do, God forbid,
ring.
Thank you, some meditation. Some people are now recommending we might even do a little bit of strength training. God forbid, we might even call it rehabilitation. I'll cut this to the chase. I would suggest that with the insight of people like Tasha Stanton, and like all of you, I need to reflect on what was being discussed today. I think we need the opportunity to be able to look at other titles as well as being a massage therapist that we can use, which allows us to redefine the practice that we carry out on a daily basis. I can't stand here and say dump massage. I can't do it. I thought I'd give it a go. I can't. But I would say that it is an opportunity that we do have, if we want to look at other professional titles. It might be soft tissue therapy. It might be myotherapy. It could be a pain therapist, a movement therapist. I don't know yet, but I really do think we need to reflect on what we identify as our core practice, and I would suggest to you we do need an opportunity to expand beyond the realms of massage. Thank you very much.
Marvellous opening speaker, wonderfully confused, interesting tactic to agree with the opposition. Interesting tactic, throws everyone right off. I always thought the second oldest profession was mattress salesman, but there you are. To introduce the first speaker for the negative, it is Sharon Livingstone. Massage therapy is not Sharon's first career. She has previously dabbled in psychedelic accounting and risk decisioning, with a long but forgettable stint naming colours on Dulux paint charts in the late 90s. The high watermark of her corporate career was her appointment as Head of Inspiration at Beyond Boredom Corporation, that's not the BBC, in 2001. She holds a graduate diploma in penguinology and is knitter-in-residence at the University of Smunt in Sydney's south-southwest. In her downtime, Sharon enjoys extreme unicycling and judging salad dressings at local produce competitions. She still regrets that unfortunate incident during her high school's annual skipathon. The length of her right leg has never satisfactorily been explained. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker of the negative, Sharon Livingstone.
Well, I want to think today, after Rebecca had asked me to participate in the debate, about what massage means to me. What does that word mean to me? I think it's probably one of the most beautiful words in the English language. It's evocative to me. It's a verb, it's a noun. And then I thought, that's so selfish of me. What does massage mean to my clients? That's kind of where I came from. I'm going to read to you a little bit seriously here, something from an AMT newsletter from the early 1990s. The term myotherapy falls very short in describing what we are and what we do. Massage therapy, as we all know, does far more than affect the muscle tissues alone. For centuries, our work has been recognised by practitioners and the general public as massage. And in our view, there is no better title to be used. And I say hear to that. So AMT's been talking sense for a long time, and I probably could finish my speech right there. But they're paying me the big bucks today. And he doesn't know I did this, but during a wine incident last night, I actually spiked with truth serum Aran Bright's drink. And I overheard a little conversation he was having with his debate partner. Now, he said, "I really liked being at a massage conference. It was great being with other people like me, other massage therapists." Yeah, but a term that refers only to the muscles and soft tissue is a long way from what we do as massage therapists. And Aran's actually really helped my cause because he explained everything that we do. So, I just want to say what else we do. We have an impact on oxytocin production, sleep quality despite the test results, the nervous system, and pain reduction, none of which is anything to do with muscles, which, as anyone knows, myotherapy is muscle therapy. Now, massage therapists around the world have been debating for a long time about changing our title, losing massage. But of course, they come up with two theories. We just get rid of massage, come up with something else, or we own massage and just forget about the other connotations of the word. And you probably won't be surprised that as yet, no one has actually agreed on a new term. I'm going to come up with a few here that are actually from my LinkedIn group. This is a worldwide group of massage therapists. Massotherapist, myotherapist, muscle therapist, I don't know the difference between those two. Soft tissue therapist, myomassologist, and that is my personal favourite, Irene, thank you. Holistic therapist, manual therapist, and that doesn't include the modality-specific job titles that Aran has already well and truly covered for me. But how long will it take for us to agree on a new term, and how much longer for that name to gain traction? I'd like to ask you how long is a piece of string, but I'd like to ask you instead, how long is a massage treatment when you're busting for the loo? So, what does happen when you change your name? Well, I'm going to tell you, 1974, without public outcry and without a request from those most affected, fairy penguins lost their name. Yeah, it's true. Now, I can imagine a group of disgruntled Eudiptula minor, fancy name, sitting under Manly Wharf discussing the fact that fairy was tainted. Fairy had other associations. It wasn't credible. It was embarrassing them. I mean, have you seen a fairy wren? Those arrogant pricks. No, not just fairy wrens, splendid fairy wrens. Yeah. Right, but there was a little problem. They decided to call themselves little penguins, and that's fair enough, they're the smallest of the penguins. But 42 years later, most of us still call them fairy penguins. Yep, that's true. Now, why hasn't the public embraced their new name? Why doesn't the public understand about the whole fairy wren thing? Could it be that the public's more intelligent than those penguins gave them credit? Are the public, our clients, more intelligent than we assume? And I'm just going to clear it up. I've actually been in touch with BirdLife Australia. It doesn't matter what you call them, as long as they continue to be penguins. So in 1988, AMT members, in their wisdom, voted to get rid of the terms masseur and masseuse. 28 years later, we still haven't got rid of them. My hairdresser yesterday spent nearly 3 hours, sorry, grey, telling me I was a masseuse, repeatedly talking about the woman who used to work upstairs, the masseuse, who apparently took dodgy clients. Apparently we're all like that. But anyway, on to prostitution. AMT, in their wisdom, in that 25-year-old newsletter, continued on. We can sympathise with efforts to try to eradicate the stigma of professional massage being in any way associated with prostitution, but to bend to this pressure by obliterating our name and heritage is not the answer. Now, George Michael said, sex is natural, sex is good. Not everybody does it, but everybody should. And I think if someone has the aptitude for making others happy by the provision of a sex service in exchange for money, good on them. Why do we judge and condemn? Now, I cop a bit of social media flack for saying this.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, time does fly. Okay, so when we're asked for a happy ending, we get upset. Why? Refer them on. Tell them, here's another business, local business, sex service. I think that's what you're looking for. I am a massage therapist. Now, a change in job title is going to leave us out of step with the rest of the massage world. Because in the US, Canada, UK and New Zealand, massage therapist is the term that's used. Now, I wanted to come up with a job title that was really funny, and I couldn't, because I think massage is perfect. And then I wanted to come up with a new name for AMT to go with that silly name, and I wanted to give them a new acronym that was ridiculous, but someone else beat me to it.
Thank you very much to our first speaker in the negative. Yes, it is. It's not a dilemma I face, but it's curious if someone was to ask you for a happy ending, maybe you should just lean and go, okay, I won't ring your wife. But it's a remarkably old massage therapy. Is millennia old. I did a bit of research on this. There's actually hieroglyphs on the tombs in Egypt of people manipulating the pharaoh, which is, not a euphemism, actually happened. All right, introduce our second speaker for the affirmative. It is Colin Rossie. Colin started life as a lower order mammal and is hard-pressed to remember which year he metamorphosised into the full bloom of humanity. Upon graduation, however, he earned a bravery citation after single-handedly saving a small Andean village from dust mite. Uncomfortable with his newfound hero status, he withdrew from public life and began his groundbreaking examination of resonance in the sinus cavities of Barbra Streisand. He subsequently carved a niche for himself in modern town planning, applying the principles of the notorious Argentine Bajada to sewer design. During this period, he used his spare time to compose jingles for the Russian space program. He also developed a passion for plywood. Little wonder that he is affectionately known as the Renaissance man among his close friends. His sexuality was sorely tested during the glam rock era. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colin Rossie.
Thanks to the Aran and Sharon show so far. They've made some wonderful points that are very persuasive both ways. But we talk about this title, and the idea of naming ourselves. And massage therapy, people have problems with the name massage therapy. Now, just historically, and I got taken off stage once for starting this same line, back in the 1890s, there were massage therapists in Australia. In 1905, there was an Australasian Massage Therapy Association. In 1906, it became the Australian Massage Association. Those people went on in World War I. They went and they massaged soldiers at the front. They were part of the Australian Army. They helped people with shell shock. They helped people recover from all the damage of tripping over and falling when they were running towards the enemy. When they had been shot, they helped with rehabilitation. And they got 2 stripes on their arm. They didn't like that. They wanted to get 2 pips up here. They wanted to become officers in the army. So, the title massage suddenly got to them. And, to that point, massage involved things like electricotherapy, gymnastics, etc. By World War II, by 1938, they'd started to call themselves physiotherapists. And the name of their association changed in 1938 to the Australian Physiotherapist Association. It was the Massage Therapist Association to that point. So if we've done it once before and we felt we had to change our title, why did they change their title? Because massage was suddenly getting that connotation of the sexual, which everybody goes, ooh, ooh, no, no, no. Sharon made a wonderful point about helping people in another profession increase their business, and that's great. But there's a perception out there that there's something wrong with our title, or the title of massage therapy. This is why we have, as Aran so beautifully pointed out, musculoskeletal therapy, soft tissue therapy, myotherapy, and those are all for the things that are similar to massage, could be fitted under the umbrella of massage. But, and pardon me, but a second. There are also things like shiatsu. I mean, shush. This is what you get for pulling the carpet from under our feet earlier with those facts and figures. Okay. The thing is, there's shiatsu. That's touching the body. What do we do as massage therapists? We touch the body. What about Bowen therapists who don't like being called massage therapists? What about myotherapists who have a problem with the title massage therapy? We all do a similar thing. We all touch the body to good effect of the body we're touching. Various different fields, various different ways of doing things. And really, massage is like Coca-Cola. You all recognise this beautiful bottle. Okay, it's Coca-Cola. You know the classic shape, Coca-Cola bottle? I've stolen this from somebody else, this idea, by the way. I wasn't going to use this, but like I say, pull the rug from under the feet. Good old Coke, generic Coke that we all recognise. Coke Zero? By the way, I don't get sponsored for this by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Life. And even, if you like it light, Diet Coke. Massage therapy. Shiatsu. Bowen. Etc. It's all contacting the body. Pardon? Oh, massage, sorry. It's the real thing. Anybody see the last episode of Mad Men? We won't go into that. Anyway, it's Coke in one form or another. Not necessarily Coca-Cola. We could go Pepsi, Cola. It's cola. So how about changing the name to something that reflects this totality? So manual therapy is something that often gets bandied around as one possibility. All I'm suggesting to you is that we need to look at what we call ourselves, and if we want to be inclusive, we need to be broader in our inclusion. We've chosen to change the name in the past. That challenge is there all the time at the moment. People are always asking us to change, or this argument comes up in social media, at conferences, in continuing education qualifications, the change of name. So let's have a debate not about whether we should be massage therapists or not, but about what we should be calling ourselves if we are going to include everything in this big tent. I think I'm well under my 8 minutes.
You are. You can do something else.
Can I tap dance?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Right here. I have so much in my brain that it would explode out in this argument, but I want to keep it nice and brief. And I think Rebecca Barnett will demolish this argument because I'm sure she's got some clever idea up her sleeve. But to reiterate the point, Aran made the point that we are known by so many names. No, I won't even address Sharon's points, but she did come up with a few good ones. But the thing is, considering a name change is the thing we need to do. And now I'm hitting 6 minutes. Considering the potential for a name change is what we need to do, and I think that that's where I will leave it at that point. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to round out the debate and round out our afternoon, we welcome back for the second time to the stage Rebecca Barnett. I didn't give her full introduction before, so here it is. Rebecca experienced a profound spiritual epiphany after reading the complete works of L. Ron Hubbard. She undertook a comprehensive personal audit and determined only to eat foodstuffs with the specific gravity as Havarti cheese. She spent a troubled period in the early 2000s stalking people with the surname Nguyen, but was cured of this obsession by a stint at the Poschenbeck School for Inexorable Logic. She came full circle in 2015, discovered a hidden code in the works of L. Ron Hubbard. She is due to publish her findings in an upcoming book, Escape Velocity Trousers, a cipher theory for the cyber age. Ladies and gentlemen, our final speaker, Rebecca Barnett.
So Peter noted earlier that Aran took the unusual step of arguing for our team, so I am going to take the unusual step of actually not having an argument. However, Coca-Cola! I don't care anymore. I knew I should have chased those big sponsorship bucks. I don't care what's in the bottle. What I care about is what's on the front of the bottle, and that's a logo. And it's a very specific piece of branding that's been in place since 1886. Don't quote me on that, that could be wrong. The original Coca-Cola logo was actually designed, or the writing was designed by the bookkeeper of Coca-Cola at the time. So what I want to put to you now is that Coca-Cola has not actually fundamentally changed their brand for 130 years. Is my maths right? I'm not very good at maths. So they know they're on a good thing. Even in the 1900s, when they took all the fun out of Coca-Cola and removed the cocaine, they still didn't change the brand. They didn't change the name. They just removed the fun. So I think we can learn a lesson from, I think it's one of the top 5 brands in the world. Don't abandon your brand identity just when you're on a good thing, just when you're on a real thing. I'm actually just pulling random objects out of the bag now, so this could go really, really pear-shaped very, very quickly. Okay, more foodstuffs. A bottle of maple syrup. Now, the bottle of maple syrup is actually a metaphor, and it's something that Sharon alluded to very briefly. She talked about Canada. So this is a metaphor for Canada. It's actually not a metaphor for Canada. Technically, it's a metonymy, but let's not quibble. And technically, it's not even a metonymy for all of Canada. It's only a metonymy for 4 states in Canada, and those are the 4 states where massage therapy is actually registered. So it's fully regulated by government. The title registered massage therapist is protected. And in those 4 provinces in Canada, basically, if you're a massage therapist, you are credibility personified. You're treated with the same standing, respect as any other registered health professional. People still sell off dodgy massage. They can't protect the word massage, and I think fundamentally that's one of the things we're arguing about today, is that we can't protect the word massage, but they can protect the title massage therapist, and they have done that and established their credibility completely fine without abandoning the word and abandoning their roots. So this is going to start to look like something we should be eating. Exactly. We just need someone to whip up a bunch of pancakes now and we'll be done. French toast. The Macquarie Thesaurus, the authority on everything to do with words. Let's have a look at some of the words that turn up as synonyms for massage. Contact, feel, handle. Stroke. Rub down. Palpation? I think I'm arguing for their team. Manipulation, feeling, fingering. Oh, damn it, I forgot. The reason I mentioned that is because massage is a perfectly good word, and I don't think we want to rebrand as fingering therapists anytime soon. Bug catcher, already been dealt with. Bottom of the bug catcher. Romeo and Juliet. Shakespeare. It's unabridged. Two households alike in dignity. Yada, yada, yada. What Juliet? What ho? What madam? What lady? Yada, yada, yada. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. I don't know how Polonius turned up in Romeo and Juliet, but something happened and, you know. Yada, yada, yada. A horse, my kingdom for a horse. It's getting exciting now. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps at this petty pace from day to day. You know what? This is a hell of a Shakespeare play. There's a lot of characters in it. Yada, yada, yada. What's in a name? What comes next? Now again, I think I might have actually argued for their team. Tin whistle. That's for the bloody angry cobra in the bottom of the bag that's going to wake up anytime soon. In summary, it's been my pleasure to not mount an argument whatsoever. And any shred of argument that I mounted was more supportive of the other side, in the interests of fairness, because quite frankly, I cheated really badly and I gave the entire debate topic as a presentation earlier in the day. So really the argument for why we should keep massage happened about an hour ago. So I'm really sorry, that was an awful piece of cheating, but thank you for your time and attention. We've had a ball and I hope you've had a really good time as well. And that's it.
Bravo! Interesting choice of Romeo and Juliet, because as we all know, that is not a happy ending. All right, a plague on both. Now we have to work out who won this extraordinary interpretation of a debate. Was it, by round of applause, Aran and Colin? Rebecca and Sophie? There you are. There you are. I couldn't for the life of me tell you what exactly they won or what they were arguing, but good on them just the same. A bottle of Coke. That's right. An argument that took no consideration for diabetics in the room. All right.